welcome back to my channel. We are on the train because we are going to something that is very delayed, isn't it? 2 years?
It would have been summer of 2020 when I was retired.
Is that when you finished?
Yeah, because I started my Masters in 2020. But the official end for my Masters was November 2021.
We are going to Vic's graduation for his uni, which is well deserved. It's just me going, supporting my nearest and dearest.
My parents were meant to go, but the 2 times it was planned for, it got cancelled both times, and my parents got really upset for wasting 4 days of their holiday, so...
Yeah, I don't blame them. It was kind of very sudden this all came up, wasn't it? And I was very lucky to actually have today just naturally off, so...
To be honest, they can still turn us down, because in the email they were like, we reserve the right to cancel the event up to 24 hours before.
Really?
Yeah. Same thing happened the first time it was cancelled like a couple of months in advance, so we knew about it. But the second time they cancelled it literally within like a day or 2 days.
We're very lucky today's happening then, and the weather's okay actually, it's a little bit milder, but...
Well, I've got the confirmation on my gown and everything, so fingers crossed.
You're going to look so good. I've been waiting for this day. We're going to get some good photos. You need to get a good photo together because we don't actually have a big album of photos together. But yeah, basically I've decided to vlog this whole week because it's going to be hella busy. So we got today.
Hella busy girl, Jake Peralta.
So we got today. Who's Jake Peralta?
You're hearing this. You're hearing this.
If you know, you know. But yeah, today, graduation. Tomorrow I'm off to Chicago for 3 days. Already packed, already organised for that. And then I'm back on Saturday morning. And Sunday, we're going to look at a wedding venue. Potential. We're not getting into anything deep with the wedding planning, just browsing our options, asking many questions because I'm going to be a bridesmaid, I know it. But yeah, that's the week, and I thought I would just bring you along for the ride, and yeah, people want to see his graduation as well that aren't attending, so it's like all round good to do this vlog. Tell you what, your skin be looking well good.
So use that beard oil. A648.
Yeah, look at the texture.
This is men's activated charcoal, the sponsor of L'Oreal, please.
Really? Your skin does look really good. I'm not even just saying that.
Take care of it. I use the same towel on my as I use on my face.
And that before that escalates anymore. Great way to start off. Looking good.
It's really not a good time for my knee to give way.
The rucksack and the coat just ruins the vibe totally.
I present the following for the award of Bachelor of Science with honours in Creative Computing, Animation Specialised. Victor Jan.
One last final toss to uni. That's a good catch. Oh my god, guys. It is so cold here. I'm cold in my room. I set the temperature to 25 degrees and I can still feel the cold coming through that bloody window. I had a really piping hot shower. I've got all of the layers on that I could possibly have on without restricting too much movement. Just getting into bed because I can't cope. I really wanted to get outside and just go for a walk and just wake up a bit. I genuinely cannot do it. I completely hate the cold in every way, shape or form. Really do. As you can see, they've got Uber Eats open. I am gonna go and collect my order whenever it comes here. I don't know what I'm gonna order yet. Don't really know what I fancy. I just know I'm hungry. Gonna collect my food, then I'm gonna put my pajamas on and just sit in bed all night. I'm gonna do it. It's been a busy few days. I woke up at 5:15 for 2 days in a row, had 12-hour plus days times 2. I'm feeling it now. I've stopped and I'm feeling it and I don't like it. So yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to do something that I'm just not gonna enjoy. Really not. Don't need to go out, don't need to spend money, don't need to go shopping. The whole I want to call it a strip, it's not strip, the whole street. I think it's called the Magnificent Mile here in Chicago. Yeah, I'm in Chicago, by the way. If you didn't know, yeah, that was a really bad introduction. I'm sorry, let's rewind. I'm in Chicago. I arrived a couple of hours ago. We were on the early Chicago, so it is, what time is it? 5:30. So we arrived here 3 hours ago. It was an early Chicago, which doesn't often happen. I don't often get the earlies. I'm normally on the late, so we get here a bit later, which is really late back home. But because I've just had such busy days, I am just tired and I feel like I'm on the later one, which I'm not. So I had a bit of time to actually go out and do stuff, but as we've just established, don't want to do that. So yeah, that's my current situation. I don't even think I'm going to take my beanie off because my head, I don't know about you guys, but as soon as you put a beanie on, you just feel so cozy. I know I'm so tired to the point where I'm mumbling, and I'm going to watch this back and think, what the hell am I saying? And you probably are going to think the exact same. So yeah, maybe I should just end the ramble, order my Uber Eats, and just chill out. I can feel my eyes are really puffy as well. I'm just not in a very good state right now. I do as well want to have a quick review of the graduation yesterday because it was such a good day. I really wanted to make it all about Vic and his achievement and the fact that he's, worked so hard for this one day and it had to be about him. And I think he felt proud of himself as well because he really struggled at times throughout uni and with the amount of work. He's such a hard worker in general in terms of his job. But trying to balance that with the work of uni is really hard, and he really did so well. And he got his degree, and he's officially graduated from uni. He's just finished his master's, so he does need to, he can go back for another graduation for that, but I don't think he wants to do that. I think he's quite happy with yesterday. And he just feels very fulfilled with himself, as he should. After the ceremony, which was very cool actually, I've never really experienced uni, and I don't know, I kind of felt like a bit crappy in myself as the fact that I've missed out on the opportunity of uni, but at the same time I know uni would never have been for me. Maybe the lifestyle, meeting new people, meeting new friends that I would be able to stay in contact with rather than with this job, seeing each other and, you can make good friends, but you can never really stay in contact. It's hard to meet up at home. Whereas with uni, you'd have more of that lifestyle, which I would think I would have loved, but at the same time, I just wouldn't have found uni fun at all because I just stress so much about education, which is why I removed myself from education as soon as I could. So yeah, I'm really pleased that Vic managed to experience that kind of life. But yeah, the ceremony was really good. After the ceremony, we then congregated with his uni friends, which I haven't met a lot of them before, so it was nice to actually finally meet them after like however many years. COVID got in the way of me meeting them. But it was a good time. Like, we just talked, ate really good lunch, had some drinks, and just kind of like walked for ages, which is another story in itself, because I decided it would be a fantastic idea to wear really high boots while walking up inclines and the lovely hills of Bath, also on cobbles and really annoying like brick flooring. It just wasn't good. I must have done about 15,000 steps yesterday, in the region of that. Just constant walking, and my feet were throbbing when I woke up this morning, especially when I have to wear heels for work as well. So all in all, it's been a good couple of days, but I'm also suffering for it as well, which is why I'm here right now, about to order my Uber Eats. Stop talking, because I'm a chatterbox when it comes to vlogging at the best of times, and I genuinely don't know what to order. Went to go and order a Chick-fil-A, and it was going to cost me $26 for a chicken nugget meal, a Coke, and a mac and cheese. Yeah, no thanks. So I'm going to try and play around and just see what's the best deal that I can get, really. I ended up getting McDonald's. Classic. And I've been in my room for a matter of 2 minutes and I'm already in my pyjamas. Loving life. Let's hope they actually got my order right today, because that seems to be a challenge for McDonald's out here. So we got a Coke. We've got chips, 6 nuggets, quarter pounder with cheese, ketchup, ranch sauce, and no straw. What is it with these places and just not giving you straws? Anyway, I'm going to eat my food, watch some stuff on Netflix, and just drift off to sleep, which I don't think will take long at all. I know doing this will be a bad idea in the sense that I will be up really early tomorrow, but I just think I have to just listen to my body and go to sleep. I literally feel like, you know when you feel borderline drunk, you're that tired. That's how I feel. Not had a drop of alcohol, and I just feel literally like I'm drunk. Hopefully this food will help. I think it snowed again last night, because the snow is just piling up all on the window, and it's just, yeah, looking completely white again. Last night was not a horrendous night's sleep, but definitely not as good as I thought it was going to be. I woke up a few times because I think I set the heater a bit too high. I set it on 25. That's a bit excessive, I think. And I normally maybe sleep around 17, 18. But I was like, it's freezing outside. I want to keep the room warm for when I come back from a walk later, which I am going to do. Yeah, I think I should have maybe just adjusted it to go to sleep with. So that kept going on and off as well, and it was really loud and really annoying and kept waking me up. So that was one thing that kept waking me up. I think I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning as well, like really wide awake. That would have been 9 a.m. at home, so that's been the sort of time I've been waking up, because I had about 10 days off prior to this trip because I just didn't get any work. So I had time to adjust back to UK time, get a real good sleeping pattern under my belt, and I think my body was just like routinely waking up. Went back to sleep about 4:30, slept for another 3 hours or so, and I woke up at 7:30 here, which, you know, I had probably a good, I don't even know, like in the region of about 10 hours sleep, I'd say. So that's pretty good. I do have the flight a bit earlier today, so I am going to be getting ready about just before 2 p.m. It's currently 8:15. What I'm going to do today and what I have decided to do is go to the Nutella Cafe, which is on the Magnificent Mile here at Chicago. I passed it so many times, the amount of times I've been here. I've walked down to the shops and I've always seen it and thought, that looks really interesting. And I thought, you know what, I'm really fancying crepes. Let's go to the Nutella Cafe, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Might regret it when I get there because it's a mile walk, exactly. And it's going to take about 25 minutes to get there. And walking in the cold of -7, -7, I think I'm going to regret it when I get there. But the cold is definitely going to wake me up. I'll just wrap up, put all my layers on, put my beanie on. Even my face mask is probably going to help, because Chicago is known as the windy city, and it really is at times. Like, the wind between the buildings really just hits you, and it's bitter cold, as well as the fact that it's snowing. So all in all, it's going to be quite a tough walk, I think, but it's going to be worth it when I get there for the crepes and all the Nutella and having a good hot chocolate, something like that. I really have a sweet tooth this morning that I need to sort out, so I'm going to head there in about 20 minutes, I think, leave, have a good 20-minute walk, take it slow. I don't want to get there and be waiting around for ages, and also at the same time I want to get there for when they open so I don't have to wait for a table. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to do that. I'm looking forward to it. Then just come back, and I have my flight a bit earlier today. It's an earlier one, but it does mean I get home nice and early on Saturday morning, which is a real nice treat. You probably noticed as well that I've had a bit of a change with my hair. So I had it dyed the other day, usual thing. I usually go for bleached roots, and then I have like a silvery, ashy blonde toner. And I have Olaplex and everything to keep my hair nice and healthy. And it's in really good condition because I gave it a good cut a few months ago, and I think it was in August. And I'm still loving the length. I think I made the best decision when I chose to cut it. But I changed my parting. So it used to be a side parting, like maybe here. And I decided to go with a middle parting, just for the reason of styling, really, because my hair is so stubborn with its parting. Would never go any way other than that stupid side parting that I've had for years, and I was getting sick of it, like trying to do, like, it's hard to explain the hairstyle, but like half up half down, like pigtails or like space buns. Like, it was really hard to do with a side parting, so I decided to go with a middle parting just to see how I feel about it, and I quite like it actually. It's a bit different. I think it suits me maybe a little bit better, I'm not sure. Still taking some getting used to. Like, I wake up in the morning and my side parting is appearing again, which I don't want. But yeah, I'm really liking it, and I wanted to have some fresh hair for the graduation as well, for the photos. I'm actually nervous to go outside because I hate the cold that much. Like, I couldn't be any more wrapped up if I tried. Like, I'm stiff to the point where I've got so many layers on. But I just hate being cold, and when you can't escape it. Like, the shops don't open until like 10, so it's not even like I can go into a shop. I've got to just power through to the Nutella Cafe. It is cold. I can feel it through my jeans. Do I want to do this walk? I don't know. Chicago looks so pretty though. The snow just adds to the aesthetic. Just so pretty. I feel like Chicago is somewhere I could live in the US because it's like partially cold. I mean, I say partially cold, it's bloody cold in the winter, but in the summer it's really hot as well, so you get a bit of both. Couldn't live in the heat all year round, I have to say. The cold is actually going through my gloves. Struggling, but I'm about halfway now, so I've committed. Look at the size of that pile of snow. It's always the size of me. I think, I mean, I'm not very good at geography and about facts in general, but I think this is the river that they turn green for St. Patrick's Day, and it's completely frozen over. Damn. I made it, finally. I made it to the cafe, and I think I'm the only person in, which is quite good. I've ordered a crepe because I wanted with Nutella on, of course, whipped cream and strawberries, so I'm looking forward to that. It was cold. My legs are like really cold. I got to the point where I was like so uncomfortably cold that I was just so used to it, and I just carried on walking. So I think by the time I'm done here, I think the shop should be open, so I'm going to pop in and get a few bits. I need some makeup for my liquids bag now. So thank you. So I got myself a green tea, which I've really got into lately. That's thanks to MacLeod, really. But I need this to warm up. How does this look? This is exactly what I needed. My glasses are steamed up, I can't see a thing. I don't know if I'm in focus, but I went to Whole Foods to get some sushi for either a bit before I get ready for work or on flight, because it's going to be a few hours, until I need to get ready. So I thought I might get a bit peckish, but finally back to the hotel. It is so cold, but I'm glad to be back here. The walk back felt ridiculously cold. I think the green tea didn't help, to be fair. Warmed me up a little bit too much, but I'm gonna get my comfies on and just warm up for a little bit, I think. You're gonna have to see me as an egghead right now because I have my uniform on and I'm about to leave after my very short and sweet stay here in Chicago. I imagine I'll be back in the future, but for now we're heading home and we'll be back very early tomorrow. But I imagine the next time I will vlog will be the day that we go for the tour of potential wedding venue number 1. So I will see you then. So it is a couple of days since I last spoke to you, and we are now at the wedding venue that we have come to view, which is the Pear Tree in Purton, which is not far from where we live. And we've just arrived, and our initial response is it's smaller in general than what we thought it was, like on the photos. I mean, I know that's kind of natural.
The photos
that's
are very
what they do
done to make it seem like it's a lot bigger.
But it might be amazing on the inside, so we're going to head in a second
is.
and just see what it's all about. But I'll show you initially what we can see. I saw this on the photos, which is like a really nice, is it marquee? No? I don't know if that's the right word, but that'd be quite nice for photos and stuff. But yeah, the actual house is just behind all of the trees there, but it looks like there's like enough parking. That's quite a big thing as well, really, isn't it, to consider? And yeah, we'll see. Let's head in and see what we think. It's definitely smaller.
What?
It's definitely smaller. I'm definitely not like that though.
Love this. It's beauty. No way, ring doorbell. Bar closing time. Ooh.
Okay, your mum make a better one.
I like it. I'm starting to like it more and more.
I like it. It's how open it is.
But, you know.
the photo booth. Dean Bray. I think this is all really silly, like it's just not necessary. The one thing I would want to do though is do a hashtag. They don't know my surname. So cool, I love it. I really do, and I don't want to get too hung up on the first venue.
When you do that, you see the first best thing, and you're like, oh my god, I love it. You know, without
I know,
looking at other things.
I know.
The exact same thing with cars, and then you looked at a few different ones, and then you regretted it.
I didn't regret it. Like, I don't regret it to this day, but it is just one of those where I used to be very open-minded. Do you like the simplicity of the?
I like it.
Do you like the simplicity?
Classic.
So, what about chair covers, or do you like it how it is? Or maybe like a flower or something, or just do you want to keep it all like...
I keep it thematic. With any kind of chair covers or anything, you're breaking it up.
I think it starts becoming a bit chatty. No
But you
offense,
start-
I don't want to offend people with that word, but...
You start introducing other factors, and you breaking it up too much, because then that looks like it's this focus, and then you have to add it somewhere else to break it up and even it out.
Yeah, true.
And it just keeps getting more and more and more until you get a point and you have like a 2010 Year 6 disco.
I have to say, we work well together. Like, I question it, you give me a reasonable, valid answer. Vic's loving these brownies though. I refuse to have one, because if I have one, I'll have all of them. This is probably the only room I'm a little bit concerned about. This is where the DJ's supposed to be, and I think they're only licensed to play in certain places, aren't they? Like, if they could be in there, like everyone moved back in here after the wedding breakfast, so then they can set up in there, you know, that'd be great, but I don't know. I have to say, now everyone's cleared, I can kind of talk to you guys, but yeah, these rooms, the hotel rooms, just smell incredible. That's just one thing that's really selling it for me, is the smell of this place.
I know.
We have said this room is for Vic's parents.
100%.
It's very big, very spacious, they deserve it.
My
Which
brother
room?
can sleep on
Room number 4, okay.
There is 4 of them. 4 of us.
Oh yeah, your brother as well.
Yeah,
Forget
she
about
did
him.
say if you pull out, or we can just he just have his own single.
Yeah, you can do a pull-out bed as well, which is good.
The oldest he's going to be is like 13, 14.
Yeah,
Because he is 11 this year, so I thought it was the next 3 years.
yeah,
Potentially.
yeah. This is the room that matters. Like, would you want it outside or would you want it in here?
Prefer outside, but then again, it all depends.
Because she said that, I caught the tail end of the conversation, but basically she said that you could have chairs around the marquee over there. So that would be quite nice in like, I don't want to do it too near our birthday, because like that's like peak wedding, and that would be when it'd be really expensive. But
It would be a case of, you know, trial and error.
yeah, like I feel like maybe
Divide and conquer.
end of September, beginning of October maybe would be a good time. It depends really, because sometimes it can be really nice weather in October.
That's when it starts to like peak rain.
Sometimes it can be really bad. That's a thing. Maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe April. I don't know.
April sounds like good.
I do like it. Like, this is the room where I would get ready, and she said you can literally like walk through here. This is where I get nervous, and then walk in there to meet this. Another thing she was saying is that everything that's in here comes with the price, so all of the drapes, the trees, the chairs. The only thing they don't have is the seat covers, which the more I look at it, the more I, well, not the shoes doesn't matter.
The colour combination, like this knee.
But she said you could have like a white cloth as an aisle here if you wanted to put like petals and stuff on. But when you have flowers, I don't think you need much more. Like, if you had like a couple of dotted
See, I think this is perfect.
flowers.
I don't need anything more. Maybe like a little flower on each.
Yeah.
But
Gross. I am not, I repeat, not cutting that out.
That was my shoe.
Yeah. I feel like this is where the vlog gets a little bit inappropriate, but this would be the honeymoon suite. I like it. It's very spacious.
I do. That's the only thing that bothers me, the fact there's a flat ground next to it.
Well, no one's going to be up there.
Oh, they tie the knot.
Oh,
I never noticed
I
that.
love the reference. Yeah, no one's going to be up here. No one's going to be able to see.
And if I want to bang you against this and someone
We've got his and her sinks. I literally look like such a bridezilla. I even said that to the tall lady.
You
I was
are,
like,
you're a
I'm
twat.
sorry I'm such a bridezilla, but I have to note everything down because I will forget all this info. But like a nice bath. I don't think we'll have time for a bath, you know? Bit of a waste, really. Nice place to hang the wedding dress. Oh, this is getting exciting now. Here's the vineyard, which is really cool.
Spicy.
We've just asked the question because I really wanted to bring wines back from Cape Town, but they don't allow it, which is, I mean,
Allow it.
quite gutting because I asked if there was a
the
corkage fee. Sometimes they charge that to serve the wine, but yeah, they said no. But by the time we get married, they might even have this open. They might be. Oh, stop doing it! But yeah, when these are all blooming, it'll be stunning. Ah, cute. It's just started peeing it down with rain, so let's be quick.